What's up guys, it is GreatFairyCari and today I have probably the video that I have worked the hardest on ever, and that is how to get blue roses. I just got my first blue rose ever, and let me tell you, it is the most accomplished that I have ever felt while playing Animal Crossing. And I just wanted to share with you guys how I got it, because I believe that this is the absolute easiest way to get a blue rose. Before I hop into it guys, please be sure to like and subscribe for more awesome Animal Crossing content, and be sure to comment what your favorite kind of flower is in Animal Crossing, because I would love to know. My favorite is the pink mums. I think they're super cute. Alrighty guys, and let's go ahead and hop into it. Also, so when it comes to making a blue rose, let me tell you guys, I know this is the easiest way, but there is no way that's going to be easy to get it, because no matter what, it is going to take some work to get the blue rose, unless of course you trade it with someone. Now if you Google how to get a blue rose, what you're going to see is that you need to get white flowers, breed them together to make a purple flower, and then you need to get yellow flowers and red flowers and breed them together to make an orange flower. And then after you get your orange flowers, you're going to breed the orange that you got from the red and the yellow and the purple that you got from the two whites, and you will breed those two reds together, and then you will get a blue. And that is what I was doing last night for about 8.5 hours, and then I realized that it was taking a ridiculously long time and I was not getting any blue flowers. I was just getting black roses. And so I was like, there has to be an easier way to do this. So I looked and I looked and I looked, and I found a guide from a data miner that actually figured out the genes for the roses and the rose colors, and found a foolproof method on how to go from a 1% chance to get a blue rose. And that's just if you get a flower to spawn from the two red roses. It's a 1% chance it'll be a blue rose, which would take you months and months and months to get a blue rose once you get to the point where you have the two hybrid red roses. So like I said, I was doing that for about 8 hours and I had no luck. I started doing this method, and this method, it did take me a little bit of time, but it was much quicker. And when I finally did get the two red hybrid roses, it took me 2 times watering them, just 2, and I was able to get my first blue rose. So that's a lot better than 1% chance. I think the day mine said it was like a 25% chance you'll get a blue rose with the 2 red hybrid roses that you get using this method. I'm going to link that guide down below for you guys if you want to see the written version and to get some credit. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the steps. It is super easy if you keep track of it and just listen to everything I say to a T. It's very, very important. I may be a little annoying. I may be repeating things over and over, but I promise it's just so you don't get confused, because there are quite a few steps. Alright guys, so step number 1. First off, what you're going to do is you are going to get seed roses from Leaf or from the Fanny if there are roses being sold there, and you're going to get some bags of white roses, some bags of yellow roses, and some bags of, where are they, red roses. And it's very, very important that you use seed bags and that you don't use roses that you already have on your island. Even if you're like, oh well, I bought these roses and they were seeds and now they're full grown, the roses could have spawned new roses and it might not be the seed roses. So just be sure you buy fresh new ones, that way you don't make any mistakes. It's going to cost you hours of your time. So you're going to get a seed white roses, and you're going to plant a bunch of seed white roses so that you can spawn a purple rose. And this is going to be the little beautiful purple rose right here. I will say guys, if you do not time travel, this will probably take you about 2 weeks in game. And if you get lucky, it took me about 2 weeks of time traveling to get here. If you notice what the date is on the game, that's because I'm using Samal's Island right now. It's the one that we decided to do the rose breeding on. It's kind of my second island, and I'm not a big fan of time traveling. I don't like to do it on my island, so we did it on his. And so you get your purple rose and you pass it along over here, and you're gonna breed your purple rose with a yellow seed rose, okay? So the white one's seed, get the purple. Take the purple, bring it over here, breed it with a seed yellow rose, get a white rose. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Another helpful tip is if you get a friend or multiple friends to help you with this, it is going to go by so much faster. Sama and I watered all the flowers every single day before we time traveled, and since there were 2 people watering the flowers, it raised the percentage of the flowers actually breathing, which helped us out tremendously. And if you have up to 5 people, that is going to help you out so much. So the more people you can get to water your flowers, the merrier. I would suggest finding a friend or even going on a Facebook group or on my Discord server and just finding someone to pair up with, and you guys can bunker down for the day, water a bunch of flowers, and then you can both end up with some blue roses out of it. Also, another huge tip is any kind of flower you get from any of the steps that you do not need, you want to get rid of them, okay? Get rid of them. Don't hang them around. Don't let them confuse you. Even if, let's say, you were to get a white flower right here, which is very possible to get a white flower because it is only white flowers you're breeding, then you're like, oh, well, I'm going to need a white flowers later on down here, so I can just use that then. That is not good. It's not going to have the correct genotype that you need. Think about your Punnett squares from biology class. So that's not going to be good. So take all the ones you don't need and discard them. Which, as you can see, I'll show you my little discard pile over here. These are discards. Everything down the cliff is discards. There's a ton that we were not able to use. So just be sure you get those out of the way so you don't get confused. So after you get to step 2, you're going to be breeding once again, the purple roses with the yellow seed roses. And then you're going to be trying to get white roses. Now for step number 3, you are going to take purple roses. You can rather take more purple roses from step 1 and bring them over to step 3. Or you can dig up your roses from step 2 once you're finished and bring them over to step 3. For step 3, you are going to be breeding the purple rose with the white rose that we got from step 2. So not a seed rose and not a white rose from step 1. The white rose from step 2, we bring to step 3. And we breed the purple and the white rose from step 2. You get another purple. This is where it gets tricky, guys. Step 3, you kind of need to like check yourself and be sure that you are getting the correct flowers, because these purple flowers that you get right here in step 3, you can get the bueno purples and the no bueno purples. We don't want no bueno purples because that can mess up our entire process. So in order to check, we are going to grab all of the purples we get from step 3. So I was just making a good few because there are going to be some duds in there. And you're going to bring it down here and you're going to take all the purples and you are going to plant it with a yellow rose together and water it. And this is going to be your test to find out if it's good or not. So if it is a good purple, you are going to see a yellow rose breed out of the purple and the yellow, and that's how you know that you successfully got a good purple and you can move it on to the next step. If it's bad purple, you are going to see white roses pop up when it is bred. Now, don't let yourself get tripped up here because the purple and the yellow can also, if they are good roses, they can also produce a white one about 50% of the time. So what I did is I planted my purple and my yellow roses and I gave them 2 chances. The first time a white would pop up, I would mark it and then I'd water it again, and if a white popped up the second time, then I would get rid of it. I wouldn't get rid of it right away just because I didn't want to lose a good one if it just started off with a white bud. But as long as you see a yellow bud, you know it's good. So once you finally finish out step 3 and you have the proper good roses, you take all of the purple roses and bring them all the way over here. Which, sorry, I'm so disorganized, guys. I started doing this at 1 a.m. last night. I streamed yesterday. I ate some food. I watched a little bit of a movie, and then I started doing this, and it is already the next day. I slept for maybe like 3 hours, and then I was back at it. So I haven't had the most sleep. So if I'm rambling a little bit, just hang in there. I promise it'll make sense. I'm just a little sleepy. So you take all of your good purples, which these are all of my wonderful good purples, and you plant them. And I didn't plant them in the best way for. Originally, I planted them in the proper way for breeding flowers in the little X's, but since I had to move things around, they're in a little wonky area. But you take all of your purples and you plant them. Be sure you water these puppies really good. Those are some discarded ones that I have not discarded yet. Water them really good. And then any white rose that you get out of these purples, these are going to be the creme de la crop, the just heaven sent roses. This is what you need, because the white roses from this step is what you are going to need for every step from now on, and it's just so. My tip here is, now that you have the very, very special white roses, the most important thing in your life at this moment is these white roses. Now that you have these, you can do multiple steps at a time while continuing to produce more white roses, because you'll need white roses for each step. So after you start getting white roses, you are going to need to crossbreed some white roses and some black roses. So you're going to take your white roses, and I actually dug up my black and white rose already. But you're going to take your white rose from the special white rose, the most important rose, the VIP white rose, and you're going to bury it next to a black rose that you get. Oh, here's my black rose. Next to a black rose that you get from 2 red seed bags. Now, it's really important that you get them from red seed bags. That way, the genotype is correct. So, don't be skipping corners. You already made it this far. I know at this point, like, you're a few hours in, but you are so close to the end. I believe in you. You got this. So, take your special VIP white rose and put it with your black. And out of the black and the white rose, you are going to get a red rose. Alright guys, so at this point, you should be, just to like check up and be sure you're not getting lost, at this point, you should be creating white roses non-stop over here in your little perfect purples. And then you should also be creating red roses over here with your whites and your VIP whites and your black rose. Now, when you get your red roses out of here, you're going to bring your red roses from the black and white ones over to here. And you're going to plant them once again, shaka shaka, with your super special VIP World Star wipes. So you're going to get your little red ones that you got from the black and white ones, your white ones that you got from the special purples, and you are going to plant them here. I had a bunch more, but I dug up my whites in order to bring them on to the next step. So I only have one special VIP white left right here. So you're going to be doing a lot right now because you're going to need to be running around each day. You're going to need to run, water your purples, water your red and whites, and water your black and whites. Okay, now this is super, super important. This is a big key to helping you get the blue rose. You are going to get orange flowers out of these red and white ones. Now, this is probably, I would say, the most difficult step, for me at least, just because the chance of spawn of the orange rose is not very, very good. It's about a 10% chance of spawn for the orange rose, but as long as you have a lot of reds, you should get them very, very quickly. I think it took me maybe 4 or 5 days to see my first orange rose, but during that time I was also growing this area with more white and red flowers each day. So after that I was able to see more oranges within a day or 2. And so you're going to take your oranges that you get over here and you're going to pair it with a VIP super special white flower. Do not forget about our VIP flowers, okay? So you're going to pair your orange with the white. Pair your orange with the white. Pair your orange with the white. Every single time you get an orange flower, dig that sucker up immediately. Find a special white to put it with and start watering that sucker. Get your friends to water it. Very, very, very important. So we're so close to the end, guys. I promise. I know this is a lot, and I know it's a lot of repetitiveness. I just want to be sure you guys aren't getting lost during this process. I got lost a few times, but thankfully I was able to sort it out. The guide was a little difficult to follow, the written one, so hopefully it makes a little bit more sense in video format where you can actually see the flowers. So now, okay, the next day, you are going to be watering your purple ones, your orange and white ones, your red and white ones, and your black and white ones if you still need reds for over here. At this point I didn't, so I stopped watering the red and white ones, and I just went ahead and I took the white flower that was with the black ones, which is why it's not there any longer, and I moved it over to a orange one. The orange and white ones are going to create a red flower. Now the red flower that the orange and white ones create at this step are going to have a 1 in 4 chance of spawning a blue rose. Do you see how good those odds are? We went from a 1% chance to a 1 in 4 chance, which is amazing. That is awesome. This is such a quicker process than before. So every single time you get a red flower from the orange and the whites, you stick those suckers together, okay? And you water them like there is no tomorrow. You get your friends to water it. You get your grandma to switch. You ask grandma to water it. Anyone. We're all stuck inside right now. So you post on Facebook your dodo code and you say, please water these roses. And boom! Blue rose! Oh my gosh, guys, this is how good this is. I wasn't even trying to make another blue rose. I was just trying to show you guys the blue rose full bloom, and I accidentally made not one, but 2 more blue roses on accident. On accident. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. But yes, guys, so get these super awesome hybrid red roses. Watch back this video if you need to. Comment down below if you are working on this and you need some help watering your roses. I'm sure that you guys can pair up in the comments and you can achieve all the blue roses you would like in the world. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. Once again, if it was a little rambly, if I did say things over and over, I'm so sorry. Like I said, I just wanted to help you guys, and I didn't want you guys doing the method you see when you Google it. It takes ages. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please tweet me out pictures of your blue roses, or like tag me in pictures on Instagram of your blue roses. I would love to see them. Thank you guys, and have